morning, ladies and gentlemen, honored dignitaries, our Gold Star and Blue Star families, invited guests, elected officials, and members of the Governor's Cabinet. My name is Mike McKinney from the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame Foundation, your Master of Ceremonies. We welcome all of you to the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame induction ceremony for the class of 2016. Let me first thank the 122nd Ohio Army National Guard Band for the wonderful music we've been enjoying the last few moments, and also to our bagpiper, Jeff Lynn. And now it is my honor and my privilege to present the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame class of 2016. We're here to salute the class of 2016, but I'm also pleased and honored to invite our past Hall of Fame honorees who are with us to stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'd like to invite the members of the Veterans Hall of Fame Executive Committee to stand and be recognized. They have the tough job of evaluating the 100 or more nomination packets that are submitted each year and then recommending each year's class to Governor Kasich for approval. Now I'd like to ask my colleagues in the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame Foundation to stand. We thank all of you in the foundation for your continuing and very kind support of this wonderful program. As you know, we're also in the midst of the commemoration of 50 years since the Vietnam War. Many events are happening each year all across our state and our nation, commemorating the men who fought, the women who served and fought, and all of the things that happened during those 50 years ago and the years coming up in that very, very long conflict. And in keeping with that today, I would like to ask every veteran of the Vietnam War to please stand and be recognized. Thank you all, and welcome home. Now may I ask everyone to stand and join me for a moment of silence for our Veterans Hall of Fame honorees who are no longer with us. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the arrival of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now present the Lieutenant Governor of the State of Ohio, Lieutenant Governor Mary Taylor, and the Director of the Ohio Department of Veterans Services, Chip Tansel. Please remain standing and join me as we render honors to the flag of the United States of America. Color Guard, post the colors. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Sergeant First Class Amy Saltis of the Ohio Army National Guard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in it, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Sergeant Saltis. Now, Ms. Carrie Pfeiffer, Chair of the Veterans Hall of Fame Executive Committee, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Carrie. Color Guard, post the colors. Our invocation is offered by Chaplain Kurt Wagner, Wing Chaplain for the Ohio Air National Guard.
Let us pray. O God, our strength and Redeemer, by your leading, our ancestors came to this continent and founded a great nation, a nation dedicated to liberty and freedom, a nation characterized by justice and courage, a nation committed to the well-being of all people, regardless of race, creed, color, or gender. We thank you, Father, for your power and for the lives of those which you have empowered in the service of our nation. For all of the men and women who have given of all their time, their honor, and even their lives for the sake of freedom, we offer praise and thanksgiving. It was through their efforts and your grace that we persist in our freedom. We pray today that we might live to see a time when there will be no need for others to be known as veterans. We pray for the peace of our nation and of the world. We also thank you today for the incredible sacrifice of the family members who have supported these veterans. We thank you for their sacrifice when their family members were absent, as well as the challenges of adjusting to change when their family members return from duty. As we gather together today to remember the service of some special veterans, we also remember our current veterans and those serving in places all around the world. We ask for their protection and courage to serve where you have put them. We ask your protection over their families who are without them. We thank you, Lord, for the generations who have kept the faith and stood their ground to keep the United States of America free and a beacon of hope to the world. We ask and pray these things in your holy name. Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you, Chaplain Wagner, and thanks also to our color guard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce the man who leads the Ohio Department of Veterans Services. Please welcome Director Chip Tansel.
The Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame seeks out and recognizes Ohioans who have served in the military and then, after completing their military service, went on to distinguish themselves by further service to their community in many different ways. I have no doubt that you will be impressed by the scope of the achievements of the class of 2016. Our ceremony today recognizes their achievements and honors the inductees for all they've given through their years of community service. The 13-member Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame Committee reviewed each of the 100 nomination packets and selected the top nominees for approval by Governor Kasich. Today we honor and induct 19 deserving individuals to take their place beside the 498 veterans already enshrined in the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. I will tell you, it is never too late to start the nomination process for next year. So as you observe this event today, and as you walk away from here and identify a deserving veteran in your community, please start that nomination process today. It is a great honor to be on the committee to review all of those packets, and we want every deserving Ohio veteran to be considered to go into our Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. We do this each year in November. We do this event each year in November in conjunction with Veterans Day. So at this point, we'll proceed.
Thank you, Director. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor to offer for your recognition and congratulation the inductees of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame Class of 2016. At this time, Lieutenant Governor Taylor will honor each individual as they are brought forward by the Honor Guard. Today, our first inductee is Robert H. Birchie of East Liverpool, Columbiana County, a veteran of the U.S. Navy who served in both World War II and the Korean War. Bob joined the Disabled American Veterans in April 1947 and has been an active member for 69 years. He has held all offices in his local DAV chapter, John W. Covert Chapter 47 in East Liverpool. He twice served 2-year terms as Department of Ohio 7th District Commander. Bob was elected to the Department of Ohio Executive Committee and was elected as DAV Department State Commander for 2007 and 8. In 2015, Bob was elected to a 2-year term to serve on the DAV National Executive Committee representing District 11, Ohio. In January 2016, he was appointed DAV VA Voluntary Services Deputy Representative for the Cleveland VA Medical Center. As a DAV volunteer driver, Bob has logged over 200,000 miles for the DAV Transportation Network and has over 10,000 VA accredited hours devoted to VA voluntary services. In 2007, Bob was honored when he received the Presidential Volunteer Lifetime Achievement Award. Bob has also been active in the Boy Scouts of America for 25 years and received the Order of the Arrow Vigil Award and the Silver Beaver Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me in inducting Robert H. Birchie into the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame, Class of 2016. Our next honoree is Robert L. Brewster of Cincinnati, Hamilton County, a veteran of the U.S. Air Force. Bob volunteers at the Cincinnati VA Medical Center and recently received a certificate of appreciation for 15 years and 2,020 hours of voluntary service to veterans. He also serves as the deputy representative on the VA Voluntary Service for the Catholic War Veterans and is a member of VA's Voluntary Services Veterans Holiday Activity and Welfare Committee, which provides gifts to patients on national holidays. He served as president of the Greater Cincinnati chapter of the Air Force Association for 13 years and received the Air Force Association Medal of Merit Award and the prestigious Exceptional Service Award for his work with the chapter. Bob is active in American Legion Post 530, where he serves on the Honor Guard, providing military honors for veterans' funerals and patriotic observances throughout the tri-state area. In April 2016, he was named Legionnaire of the Year for Hamilton County for his service to community and to veterans. He recently was elected commander of AMVETS Post 1963, located on the campus of the University of Cincinnati, a post dedicated to ensuring student veterans are supported in their transition to education and employment. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to offer Robert L. Brewster into the class of 2016. Hailing from Tuscaroras County is Mr. Thomas R. Burke, a veteran of the U.S. Navy who served in the Vietnam War. A force to be reckoned with, Tom is a veterans advocate whose work with the Vietnam Veterans of America has indeed been substantial. He has worked with education leaders to provide programs and outreach to veterans. He labored diligently with Ohio Supreme Court Justice Evelyn Stratton to support Ohio veterans through the establishment of veterans courts in Ohio. Tom recently spearheaded the development of national public service announcements showcasing the needs of veterans, a project so well received that Comcast gave $3 million of free airtime to help promote awareness. Tom has exhibited selfless leadership with the Vietnam Veterans of America as the Buckeye State Council president for 8 years, collecting no salary while dedicating countless hours and personal dollars to their causes. A leader on the national scene, Tom currently serves on VVA's National Board of Directors. He's national chairman of VVA's Veterans Benefits Committee and also recently chaired the National Public Affairs Committee. Tom has also served as president of the Delta Nu Alpha Transportation Fraternity, a group of 60,000 transportation professionals organized for the purpose of getting colleges to teach and offer degrees to individuals in the transportation and logistics fields. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to join me in celebrating the induction of Thomas R. Burke into the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. Our next honoree is Albert C. Edmondson of Columbus, Franklin County, a veteran. He's a veteran of the U.S. Army who served in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. Al currently serves as president of the historic Mount Vernon District Improvement Association and is founder and CEO of Making a Difference and owner of a Cut Above the Rest barbershop. Al has been awarded locally and nationally for his community service work. His dedication to the Columbus Near East Side has led to initiatives that encourage neighborhood revitalization, business redevelopment, and programs focused on health and wellness. In addition, Mr. Edmondson is an ambassador for the American Heart Association, the American Cancer Society, and Lifeline of Ohio. In 2013, Mr. Edmondson established the first King Lincoln Memorial Parade and events that honored and remembered African Americans for their service in the U.S. Armed Forces. For Al's outstanding community service, Congresswoman Joyce Beatty invited him to the White House for the 2014 announcement of the My Brother's Keeper program with President Obama. Most recently, Al was awarded the 2016 Jefferson Award for Central Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor to welcome Albert C. Edmondson into the class of 2016. Please join me in welcoming our next honoree, Mr. William J. Frost of Canal Winchester, Franklin County, is a U.S. Air Force veteran. He's a retired educator from the Logan Elms School District in Pickaway County. His tenure has included teacher, coach, athletic director, and high school guidance counselor. He's been inducted into the Mid-State League Coaches Hall of Fame, the Logan Elm Athletic Hall of Fame, and the Football Hall of Fame at Southern High School in Oakland, Maryland. He became a certified hunter safety instructor and has conducted private and public courses since 1980. He's a member of the Pickaway County chapter of the National Council on Youth Leadership. In 2010, he launched the first disabled veterans hunt in Pickaway County. The event started with 10 disabled hunters and has since grown to 31 disabled veteran participants. He's dedicated to providing veterans with relaxation, a means to forget about their disabilities, and inspiration to participate in the activities they enjoy. The state chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation honored him with a Volunteer of the Year award in 2011 and the state's Outstanding Wheelin' Sportsman event in 2015. Bill's a member of American Legion Post 134, where he served as post adjutant, chairman of the Buckeye Boys State Committee, Americanism and Government Test Coordinator, and 7th District Assistant Sergeant at Arms. Please welcome William J. Frost to the class of 2016 of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. Hailing from Guernsey County and a longtime resident of Pickerington and Fairfield County, Ms. Susan K. Green served in the U.S. Army. She is a West Point graduate, and she volunteers for the Academy as a candidate advisor, assisting young adults interested in military service, and she serves annually on a Congressional Academy Nominating Committee. In 2011, Susan began welcoming recovering veterans to her cabin and farm for a free 3-day hunting excursion, providing meals, lodging, and camaraderie. Last year, Susan founded the Guernsey County Military Homecoming Celebration to honor all veterans during Military Day at the county fair. With the support of the Fair Board, World War II veterans were specially honored in 2015, followed by Korean War-era veterans in 2016. She coordinated numerous details to make the day special for the veterans and for their family members as well. Susan is trained in disaster services by the American Red Cross and volunteers as a disaster assistance team leader. She also volunteers in support of the Ohio Army National Guard, where 2 of her sons currently serve. I ask you to join me in celebrating the induction of Susan Green into the class of 2016 of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. Please join me in welcoming our next honoree, Ms. Kelly K. Knox of Springfield Township, Hamilton County. She's a veteran of both the U.S. Army and the U.S. Air Force, who served in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm and in the Bosnian War. Kelly is a nationally recognized expert in effective treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder and is active in educating the public and disseminating evidence-based treatment to mental health professionals throughout the country. She served as commander of the Greater Cincinnati Women's Post of the American Legion, that's Post 644, from 2009 through 11. Kelly has been on the advisory boards of the Joseph House for Homeless Veterans and Volunteers of America. She's a life member of Disabled American Veterans, Paralyzed Veterans of America, and the Military Officers Association of America. She has continued to use her emergency response skills as a mission pilot with the Civil Air Patrol. As a disabled veteran, Kelly is very active in promoting adaptive sports and represents the National Paralyzed Veterans Racing Team in paracycling events. She is an active volunteer with the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, which named her as their Bike MS Ambassador in 2010, and she has personally raised over $10,000 for MS research and for direct services. Please welcome Kelly Knox into the class of 2016. Our next honoree is Robert B. Rocklance of Westerville, Delaware County, a veteran of the U.S. Air Force who served in the Vietnam War. He's a longtime coach of youth baseball and softball, and Rock joined the Rotary Club of Westerville in 1992. Serving as the board of director for 2 3-year terms and as the club's president from 2011 through 12. The Rotary Club of Westerville honored him with the 2001-02 Rotarian of the Year Award and recently with the Courtright Community Service Award. Rock is a leader of Westerville Honor Flight operations, where he helped the committee raise more than $450,000 to fund flights for more than 650 veterans. He served as a guardian for 28 veterans on 16 different flights to see those veterans' memorials in Washington, D.C. Rock also serves as a trustee and past president of the Rotary Club Harris Askins House, which is a HUD-based 60-unit senior resident housing program, and he's an advisor to Otterbein University's Rotaract Club. One of the Rotaract Club's projects involved assembling and distributing more than 400 bicycles for Columbus inner-city youth. Another endeavor involved collecting food for Westerville Area Resource Ministries for families in need in the Westerville and Northern Columbus communities. Ladies and gentlemen, may I join you and join me in celebrating the induction of Robert Rocklance into the class of 2016 of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. Please welcome our next inductee, hailing from Flushing, Belmont County. He's a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, John S. Maddox. Mr. Maddox serves in numerous civic organizations, both locally and nationally. He travels to cities and schools across a wide region where he delights in teaching children and others about American history. In 2008, Ohio University awarded him an honorary doctorate of public service for his work in establishing the Underground Railroad Museum in Flushing. The museum showcases Ohio's role in and our contributions to the fight against slavery. Dr. Maddox serves on the Campus Coordinating Council at Ohio University Eastern, a council that seeks to provide opportunities for greater communication and understanding between community residents and the university. He served as the local president of a Special Wish Foundation and chairman of the organization's national board. John attended the Ohio Peace Officers Basic Training Course and also volunteers as a special deputy sheriff. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating the induction of John Maddox into the class of 2016. Our next inductee is John C. McCoy of Reynoldsburg, Franklin County, a veteran of the U.S. Air Force and the Ohio Air National Guard. John is a life member of the Military Officers Association of America, MOA, and he's a past president of both the MOA Ohio Council of Chapters and the MOA Central Ohio Chapter. John currently serves as state legislative director for both organizations, advocating for veterans at both the national and state level. John is a founding member of the MOA Heritage Society, which oversees programs and services in 5 critical focus areas: veteran career transition, disability assistance, military family reintegration, military spouse programs, and financial education outreach. These programs have benefited thousands of uniformed service members, veterans, survivors, and their families. John served as a council member with the Armed Forces Community Relations Council for 34 years until the council dissolved in 2014. He was appointed in 2012 by the MOA Ohio Council President to serve on the Ohio Department of Veterans Services Advisory Committee. John was also a board member of the Central and Southern Ohio USO for more than 10 years and served as chair of both the Finance and Audit Committees. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to offer John McCoy into the class of 2016. Hailing Hailing from Summit County, Mr. William J. Miller served in the U.S. Army in World War II. After he returned from the war, he enrolled at Case Western Reserve University and received his Juris Doctor. Bill's greatest contribution, though, is his lifelong involvement with the Boy Scouts of America, through which he has changed the lives of countless young men. In scouting, Bill earned the Wood Badge Training Award, the District Award of Merit, and the Silver Beaver. The Silver Beaver is an award given to those who implement the scouting program and perform community service through hard work, self-sacrifice, and dedication. Bill was the founding member and past president of the Fair Lawn Chamber of Commerce. He is also a past president of the Fair Lawn Optimist Club and has served several terms on his church board. He's a member of American Legion Post 19 in Akron and the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 349 in Fair Lawn. Bill served as a featured speaker at the governor's 36th annual Holocaust Memorial Commemoration on May 25, 2016, where he recounted his personal experience leading a small unit to liberate a concentration camp in the Buchenwald prison system. Please welcome William J. Miller into the class of 2016. Our next honoree is John E. Moore, Sr. of Dayton, Montgomery County. He's a veteran of the U.S. Army who served in World War II. John is a longtime community volunteer and a leading advocate for positive change in Greater Dayton. He helped find work for the unemployed and address self-sufficiency issues by leading efforts to establish the Montgomery County Job Center in the 1990s. John worked to make education attainable for local students in need by helping to launch the out-of-school youth effort, the Montgomery County Scholarship Program, and the Montgomery County Mentoring Collaborative. He has pushed tirelessly for diversity and inclusion for all citizens through his work at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, on the Commission for Minority Inclusion, the Minority Economic Development Council, Parity Incorporated, the African American Community Fund of the Dayton Foundation, and the Montgomery County Human Services Levy. He has spent considerable projects and spent several missions performing for the West Ohio Conference of the United Methodist Church. John is a voice for the voiceless, helping remove barriers and working diligently to ensure that everyone in Greater Dayton is offered an equal opportunity to become successful, contributing members of society. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating the induction of John E. Moore into the class of 2016 of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is Larry D. Moore of Mansfield, Richland County, a veteran of the U.S. Navy who served in the Vietnam War. Larry is an articulate advocate and leader for veterans and civic causes. He serves as chairman of the Legislative Committee and as the awards chairman for the Ohio State Association of Veteran Service Commissioners. Larry has been a member of American Legion Post 16 for 33 years. He's also a member of Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 3494 and served as past commander. He currently serves as post adjutant and service officer and as state legislative chairman. Larry was the 2008 recipient of the Mansfield Memorial and Patriotic Association plaque for outstanding service. He was member and past president of the Richland County Homeless Coalition, which formed to bring awareness regarding homelessness to the community. Larry served as trustee and vice president of the Ohio District 5 Area Agency on Aging. He currently serves as secretary for Project Summit, a charity created by local Vietnam veterans to raise funds to bring the Wounded Warrior amputee softball team to Akron. The team has toured the country inspiring veterans to overcome their disabilities. Please welcome Larry D. Moore into the class of 2016. Now let's welcome Ronald J. Pusateri of Westerville, Delaware County, a retired colonel who served 28 years in the U.S. Army in Vietnam and Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm. His military affiliations include membership in VFW Post 2398, the Military Officers Association of Central Ohio, and the Reserve Officers Association. He served on the board of directors in the Westerville and Whitehall Area Chamber of Commerce and as chair for the United Way campaign at Riverside Methodist Hospital. Since 2011, he's been an active member of the Westerville Honor Flight Committee, which raises money to fly veterans to Washington, D.C. to see their memorials. He was recently a guardian on the first Central Ohio all-women veterans flight. He served as co-chair during 2015 and 2016 for the Westerville Sunrise Rotary Field of Heroes Memorial Day weekend. This event provided the Central Ohio community the opportunity to honor personal heroes as part of a display of 3,000 American flags. Ronald provided leadership and vision during these events, which paid tribute both to women veterans and veterans of the wars in the Middle East. His exceptional devotion to duty and outstanding service to country and community is in keeping with the service above self motto of both the Army Medical Department and the Westerville Sunrise Rotary. Please permit me to offer Mr. Ronald J. Pusateri into the class of 2016. Receiving honors for our next honoree is Polly Russo, wife of the late Francis J. Russo. Mr. Russo of Mansfield, Richland County, served in the U.S. Air Force during the Korean War. Frank created the Needy Family Program to provide 300 needy Richland County families with food and other necessities year-round, but especially during the holidays. Mr. Russo served on the Monsignor Dunn Foundation for Education, on his parish council, and in Catholic Charities. He was the vice president of the Richland County Veterans Service Commission. Frank was also past president of the Korean War Veterans Association, Chapter 51. He was past commander of American Legion Post 16. He served on the boards of the Rehab Center, Harmony House, Mansfield Cancer Foundation, the Mansfield Health Department, the Richland County Mental Health Board, and United Way. In 2003, Frank was awarded the Hero with Heart Award by Richland New Hope for making a significant difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities and contributing to positive public awareness. In 2014, Frank was honored by the Ohio District 5 Area Agency on Aging with an Outstanding Senior Citizen Award. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor to welcome Francis J. Russo into the class of 2016. Receiving honors next is Joseph J. Rogelski of Loudonville, Ashland County, a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel. He earned a Bachelor of Arts from Washburn University and an MBA from Oklahoma City University. He completed 3 one-year Air Force schools, Air Command and Staff College, the Air War College, and Education with Industry. He's a 10K runner and a supporter of the annual Air Force Marathon at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Joe was the business manager for the Mohican Area Community Fund, which raised approximately $65,000 per year for 15 local organizations, including the Scouts, the American Red Cross, and the Salvation Army. His responsibilities at St. Peter's Church included the Finance Committee, the Gabriel Project, which provides assistance to pregnant girls, needy mothers, and children, volunteering at monthly community meals, and as Eucharistic minister, which includes visiting 14 to 20 parishioners in nursing homes or those who are homebound. He delivered meals for the Meals on Wheels program and is a member of the Ohio Tree Farm program, which promotes preserving wood, water, wildlife, and recreation for community use. He's a former Ashland County Precinct voting judge, and Joe is often seen around town volunteering at many events, including the Loudonville Fair, various fundraisers, and an additional service organization. Please welcome Joseph J. Rogelski into the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame class of 2016. next honoree is John F. Sispansky of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, a veteran of the U.S. Army. John volunteers at the Lewis Stokes Veterans Administration Medical Center in Cleveland, where he received the Volunteer Service Award from the Department of Veterans Affairs for his 50 years of volunteer service. He received the President's Call to Service Award for his many years of dedicated volunteerism. John worked with the Cuyahoga County Veterans Service Office to obtain missing military decorations and service medals to create shadow boxes commemorating a veteran's service. He then presented these shadow boxes to veterans and to their family members. John is an active member of American Legion Post 469 and has served in several leadership positions within that organization, including as past commander. He served as a past president of the Ohio Society of Military History Incorporated in Massillon. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. John F. Sispansky into the class of 2016. Hailing from Beaver Creek is Ms. Deborah L. Wallace of Greene County, who served in the U.S. Army. Deborah worked to serve others through government, first with the Office of Management and Budget, and then with the Civil Service Board for the city of Dayton. She volunteered in Montgomery County for 24 years on the Senior Citizen Center Board, the Dayton Visual Arts Board, and at the YMCA's Camp Kern Board. After relocating to Beaver Creek in 2001, she was appointed by City Council to the Zoning Appeals Board and to the City Planning Commission. Following the urging of various community leaders, Deborah ran for City Council. She was elected in 2009 and again in 2013 and served as the city's vice mayor for 2 years. In her elected roles, Deborah has advocated for more service and consideration for disabled citizens and veterans. She was pivotal in increasing handicap parking spaces on new developments by more than 30% above ADA standards. Deborah serves as president of Beaver Creek Women's League and is on the board of Miami Valley Military Affairs and the Beaver Creek Chamber of Commerce. She's also chair for the Veterans Advisory Committee and is a life member of the Disabled American Veterans and Veterans of Foreign Wars, where she served as chaplain for VFW Post 2800. In 2015, Deborah's insurance business received the Outstanding Women-Owned Business of the Year Award from the Beaver Creek Chamber. Please welcome Deborah L. Wallace into the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame class of 2016. Our last honoree is Gerald W. Wilson of Harrison in Hamilton County. He's a veteran of the U.S. Army. Gerald Wilson was the key person in establishing the Amber Garrett Fund after the untimely murder of a young girl in Harrison, Ohio. That fund, for 21 years, provided financial support for more than 80 Head Start students, providing them clothing, shoes, coats, and gloves during the holiday season. He coordinated shopping trips where these students were paired with community leaders, and once purchased, clothing articles were wrapped along with a toy and then presented to each child at a gathering at the American Legion. Over the life of this program, more than $175,000 was raised through a wide variety of fundraising activities over sponsorship for students to attend Buckeye Boys State programs. Jerry was appointed by the mayor of Harrison to serve on the Mayor's Fund Executive Board, and through his guidance, planning, and leadership, he dramatically increased the amount of money raised to help needy families and individuals in his community. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our final member of the class of 2016 of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame, Gerald Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the podium Director Tansel.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce Lieutenant Governor Mary Taylor. Lieutenant Governor Taylor is Ohio's 65th Lieutenant Governor and the Director of the Ohio Department of Insurance. Lieutenant Governor is a great supporter of Ohio's veterans and our military families, especially in the area of job opportunities for veterans. Please welcome the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Ohio, the Honorable Mary Taylor.
Well, good morning. I'm going to try to speak, but there was a baseball game on last night, and there was a home run, I think, that tied the game that I lost my voice, so I'm going to do the best I can. I know we have a few folks from Northeast Ohio here today, and I'm assuming you may have been up late with me last night. But what an honor it is to be here again today. I always enjoy and really appreciate the opportunity to participate in this event. Ohio is the home to nearly 900,000 veterans and service members. That is the sixth largest veteran population in the nation. We are very proud of our veterans, and we are grateful to their families for their courage that they display when these fine men and women leave their homes to serve our country. Today, only 1% of our nation's citizens serve in the military. I was a little surprised by that 1%, but that 1% represents some of the best and the brightest that America has to offer. Today, we celebrate these outstanding men and women who not only answered their country's call, but have also stepped forward to serve their communities. Just a few ways that you've heard many today that this Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame class of 2016 have helped their communities. They provide military honors for funerals. They organize homecoming celebrations for returning veterans. They support children's programs, and they serve fellow veterans with disabilities. In fact, I think it is Ms. Knox, who is a nationally recognized expert in post-traumatic stress treatment. She is active in educating the public and sharing evidence-based treatment with mental health professionals throughout the country. Improving access to health treatment for all Ohioans who suffer with mental illness certainly is a priority for me and this administration, and we are so appreciative of the work that she does. Some members of the class of 2016 have driven hundreds of thousands of miles transporting veterans to their medical appointments. Mr. Birchie, I understand you have driven more than 200,000 miles yourself, and we thank you for what you have done. These inductees volunteer thousands of hours at the VA. They have served as guardians for honor flights. I believe Mr. Lance alone has helped with 16 flights, serving as guardian for 28 veterans. Some of our inductees, like me, live in Northeast Ohio. The class of 2016 is an inspiration to us all. Every morning that I have the opportunity to pass the Veterans Hall of Fame display in the Rife Center, I am reminded of all that you have done for me, my family, and for our country. You remind us all of the kindness and strength that builds when we work together, serving our fellow citizens. Thank you for giving so much of yourself to make Ohio the great state that it is today. We have already applauded and recognized our veterans, and we will do that again before this is over. But I do think, if you would please, would you stand and applaud and thank the family members who have served with these veterans and have given so much to allow them to serve our country. So would you please stand and recognize the family members? Thank you very much. It is a great day to be an Ohioan, and it is also a true honor to be in the presence of these outstanding veterans today. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Taylor, for your words of tribute to this class, to our veterans, and to their families. At this time, I would like to thank Lieutenant Governor Taylor, Director Tansel, and our military escorts for the honors that all of you paid to each one of our inductees today. And now, in a fitting salute to the class of 2016 and to all members of our military, the band will now play the Armed Forces Medley. I would ask all current and prior military members to stand if you are able when your service song is played. Thank you, band. That definitely gets the heart pumping. That's a great reminder for the men and women of this class, for all veterans past, and for those still serving who have worn the uniform of our military. Before closing today's ceremony, I would like to direct your attention to the bronze plaque positioned on the right side of our stage, which is engraved with each inductee's name. This plaque will be displayed at the Ohio State House until the enshrinement ceremony in May, which takes place at the Rife Center across High Street from the State House, and at that time, it will be mounted for permanent display at the Rife Center. Once again, I'd ask everybody to please stand for the retirement of the colors. Color Guard, retire the colors. You may be seated. Just once more, I'd like to congratulate the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame class of 2016. Let's join in another round of applause for this year's class. We'd like to thank the many people and organizations who have joined together to make this ceremony possible and whose names are printed in your program. Please take a look and offer thanks to those organizations. They really do a great job of supporting us. We thank all of you for being here today with us to recognize and honor this very special group of veterans and Ohioans. They served to keep us free, and then they dedicated their lives to make Ohio a better place to live. We now ask all inductees and also audience members to please remain seated so that we can have our official photographer take the official class photo. And would you please, even though you're seated, those in row G, we would ask you to please clear that row so that we can set up a ladder for the picture. And once this photo is completed, that then will include today's induction ceremony. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for your patience and attendance, and we wish you safe travels home.